Alright, this is definitely one of my favorite builds ever. How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleKraft. I built this huge survival-friendly jungle house project. In this one, I'm going to show you how it came to life and how you can make this project too. Here we go. We're going to get straight to it. It's going to be fun to watch, but also give you some inspiration, ideas, and teach you how to do it. I don't know how those sheep got up in that tree. But here we go. We're flying in. I found this awesome location right on the side of a cliff with the lake down below it. We're surrounded by tons upon tons of jungle, trees all around. It's a sweet jungle environment. That's what you first obviously have to find. For this kind of project, you don't have to be over a lake, but I would advise you're on the side of a cliff or something. It gives you the opportunity to make one of the best details, the part I'm working on right now. I made these platforms, okay? One of my goals with this project was to really fit it in with the environment. We did a really good job with it. Having those platforms on different levels is key to fitting the environment and making it look really sweet. Now you'll see I'm extending these pillars down to hold it up. Instead of having them go all the way down to the ground, I cut them off with this log type design. You'll see I extended logs out from both sides, but cut them off at different points so that once again they were at different levels. We want it to look handmade, built up, not too structured. You'll see that reflected throughout this entire build. Now I added even more levels. Another base layer up top. This is where part of the house is going to rest later on in the build. Make sure you pick one good level as the base floor level of your house. Again, you're going to work it around with the environment, and I'll show you good examples of that in the interior we check out later on. It turned out so sweet. Now you'll see me working to the right. At this point I was really working out what textures to use for this jungle build. The reason I call it survival friendly, because as you know me, I like to design my projects with easily attainable blocks from survival Minecraft. This project is just about fully made out of wood. That's one of the cool things about it. You'll have to do some clearing as you build this project up, but you'll see it took me a while to figure out those textures and blocks I did want to use. We made this awesome staircase path up the bushes on the right. It looks incredible. You gotta fit it in with the environment. So really make sure you go throughout the bushes and build with the environment. Don't destroy a whole bunch of it. Fit your build against it. So what I'm building here is just a little shack. It's sweet. It's a little getaway shack right on the edge of the platforms. Took me a while to work out the textures, but this is what I would recommend you go with for your jungle build. Predominantly jungle wood, as you'll be able to get a lot of that in survival Minecraft within a jungle. So that's one benefit, and it also works in well with the environment. Now you'll also be able to find oak wood in a jungle, so that's what I use as well. We'll take a closer look at some of those aspects in just a moment, including those fence posts I put on the edge of the platforms. They're probably the best detail on the entire build. I made another platform on the left around a tree, again fitting it into the environment. We didn't take out that tree, we built around it. It looks amazing. I added in some pillars for the house. We're going to start plotting it out. Added in plenty of jungle bushes. You want to use a ton of those. Made some staircase connecting platforms, and then once again came back and built up the exterior of the house. Working out textures, working out blocks that I wanted to use for the entire scene. You can already see it coming together. This house completely just came to my mind, so it really was fun to build and it turned out amazing. Alright, real quick, some of those aspects I wanted to comment on. The fence posts on the side of the platforms, they're absolutely amazing. They turned out very critical to the build. I don't really know how to explain it. I really can't think of a good word to explain it, but it really just fits the jungle vibe. That's what I would label it as. It almost looks chaotic like the rest of the jungle, so it fits in perfectly. You can see the path we made over here flows together really well. The textures in the shack, we use a lot of jungle wood logs, oak wood, and then jungle wood up top. You can use the jungle wood logs to your advantage. You can use both the side of them and the top of them for something like the floor. Or the roof, which is the consistent roof that I use throughout the entire build. The pink jungle wood plank texture leading up, and then the logs on top. It really does look very sweet. By the way, without giving too much of a sneak peek of the build to come, look at this tree placed inside the platform. It really adds to the build rather than taking it out. Alright, now let's get back to work on the house. It's going to be incredibly tough for me to explain the structure of this house. I really want to just explain to you the method of building along with the environment. So you'll see I plotted different pillars of the house around those trees. You see the big trees in the top and on the left. I built inside them, built within them. I'd recommend using them as a good guide for your pillars. And I knew I wanted a big building, but spread around, covering different aspects of the environment built without. I also knew I wanted to add more levels into the build. So you'll see I extended up a separate part. It's higher than that large dominant roof. It extends up, it gives it some different depth, some different height, which is what we tried to do for the entire building, as I mentioned. We want to put different levels in, make it look chaotic within the jungle. I'm not sure if chaotic is even the right word, just separated, all over the place. But at the same time, we made it so structured and fitting well. That's why I really love how this one turned out. Again, it's definitely one of my favorite projects I've ever made. And I've made a lot of Minecraft projects, so that's saying something. So you'll see my shape came together. Look at all the different sections blocking out at different points. It's not one square shape, there's about 8 different rectangles built into it. That's key to it, and there's also the different ceiling heights as we talked about. That ceiling in the very far back is lower, and then we ascend up one, and then there's a different level. You can really look at the logs to see it. Look at how many different levels of logs there are. There's a ton of them spread throughout the entire house. So when you're building your jungle mansion, I recommend you do the same. It's coming together already. How cool does it look? Just to further establish that idea into your mind, look at the level of that roof. This one's 1 step higher. That one's 1 step higher. This one's 3 higher than that. This one goes back down by 2. And this one's 1 lower than them all. There's tons of different levels, and it really adds into the jungle environment. Look at all the different levels of the tree, alright? We're kind of fitting that into our build. That's why it works out well. Another thing I should mention that I haven't really, oak wood for the walls, jungle wood for all the details. So stairs, fences down there, the roof, those little cutouts in the side, those are all jungle wood. The textures work really well together for this jungle build. Now, it's time to check out the interior. The interior is incredibly cool as well. I know I keep saying that. If you can't tell, I really love this house. So my apologies if it's getting a little annoying. Might happen a couple more times. So here we go on the interior. I use jungle wood for the floor. We want to do that to contrast the oak wood on the walls. You want to vary up the textures. There's enough of a difference between the oak and the jungle wood to make a huge impact on the build. So this is the cool part about the interior. Just like the exterior and the rest of the jungle, I added a ton of different layers and levels into it. So you'll see straight away on the left, I'm building up a staircase. This is a huge dropout, a difference in elevation. But then on the right, you'll see I built another staircase. That's a completely different level. So there's tons of different levels throughout the interior. This popped into my mind when I was building it, and I really love how it turned out. I'll show you some more of the specific jungle interior details in just a moment. But now pumping up here, you can see another staircase leading down. Down below there is my central general floor level. That's my base layer that I was talking about earlier. Up here is the entrance. It's higher up. You walk in, you feel the vibe of being high up looking down on the rest of the build. You can see everything going on. You can see the interior. It's really cool. So we're just adding in some more details here, working it out. There's a lot of clearing within this project that you'll have to do, because at some point we have to turn it into an actual house. We can't have a bunch of bushes and grass everywhere. So that's what you'll see I did here. We picked that central floor and we went with it. I put that oak wall on the far side. It looks great, it looks grand, and then added in our jungle wood floor. Put some details in I'll comment on in a minute, and then build this descending area to that far bedroom. Some slabs slowly descending down. And then I built this cool little spot right here. Again, I felt it fit with the jungle vibe. It's almost like a little shack within the house leading to the bedroom. Flying through that shack, we can see the construction of the actual bedroom. Lots of bushes and green spread throughout. The bed in, and then some awesome carpeting with the white and the neon green. That KyleKraft green, you know. Lots of green details spread throughout, like that item frame. It complements the red well as another reason why it looks so good, and we'll check out what's through that door in a moment as well. Now coming back up, I switched up the shack a little bit, and I made it like a storage area. Up top, you got storage. That was kind of the design and idea that came to mind. Added in some jungle bushes inside the house. Don't be afraid to do that. Envelops the house with the jungle vibe that we want to create. Then look at this detail, it's key. Jungle logs with the fence and the stairs. This detail is so important in creating structure within the different levels of our house. So I would recommend picking a specific detail like that and theming it throughout the entire build. Now we popped back outside. I wanted to make another entrance through this wall. Look, there's the logs and the fence post again. Again, it's themed into the build. A cool entranceway into this far side of the house. I left it nice and open to give it even more of a jungle feel. For some reason in this back room over here, I really wanted a movie theater. I'm not 100% sure why, but that's just what popped into my mind, just like the rest of this entire build. So that's what I built up. You can see there's seats placed in, the speakers, the big TV screen. The logs on the ceiling look awesome here and throughout the entire build in case you haven't noticed them yet. Different textures coming together beautifully. I love it. I wanted to do redstone lights here for some reason. I know, just a bunch of different stuff was going on. Took me about 8 years to get redstone and it wasn't that cool in the end. It's just controlled by a little lever on the bottom right. Now, kitchen and dining room. We want it to flow together. This jungle themed kitchen and dining room turned out amazing. I love how it came together. Also, a little ocelot decided to walk in. Perks of a jungle house. But yes, a basic dining room table. The kitchen does not look too modern, not too high tech, but it still has a useful furnace. It has a sink. It's the balance between contemporary and jungle feel. And then we added in more of those white and green carpets that are spread throughout the entire house. Again, it's important to establish those themes throughout the house. So here we go. This is one of my favorite areas. Again, I have no idea why, but I just imagine a pool table down here. I imagine most attention being drawn from the higher levels down to that lower level and looking at a pool table and people playing there. So it's really cool. There's a pool table plugged in. There's an amazing view out the window to the left and a seating area in the back with an amazing view out to the jungle there too. Structure looks good, room looks good, the whole vibe just came together. Finally, the front entrance. I like this too. First, look, the log and fence detail I mentioned a little bit ago. Plugged in. Gotta keep those themes. We put bushes on top of fences to keep that jungle vibe right as you walk in. The carpets that we're familiar with, and then the walls that did a cool detail. I put item frames with all the different plants and leaves spread throughout the jungle. It captures it, adds to the story of the build. And that's my huge, survival-friendly jungle house project. Pretty cool, right? I really like how it turned out. Here we are in first person again. Let's take a quick look. Here's those details I mentioned. I really like that. It really captures the entire jungle feel because you literally capture the jungle with those different frames. I picture it almost as much as an explorer framing all the different elements of his favorite biome. But here we can see the cool aspect of the different layers. Look, windows spread throughout, really tie it together. Then you have that layer down there. You have that level down there. You can see people playing on the pool table. I love it. You'll see the staircase is not even. I use stairs at some points and slabs at other to give it a different shape. I keep using that word chaotic. I'm not sure if it's right, but that different shape and flow adds to the jungle feel. The pool table is looking sweet, fitted into this corner of the room. It's kind of dim lighting. That's what I kind of picture with the pool table. I love the different levels. I love the idea of people looking down at the pool table, all eyes focused on it. We got the carpets, but then we got the view. I know it's a pixelated Minecraft view, but it looks sweet. Now here's something I wanted to mention. Dirt and bushes and grass inside the building. Don't be afraid to do it. We use the torches and the natural feel of this environment to break up this gap between the staircases. It's a perfect filler, and it brings the jungle into the house, which is what you want. Now turning and looking back up the stairs, you'll see the theme and the carpet spread throughout, really bring in some color. It brings in all the necessary color against the dominant wood throughout the house. Staircase back up to the front entrance. There's the bedroom right there. We'll check out in a minute. The dining room looks cool. It's simple, but it's awesome. The kitchen hits that balance of contemporary, yet jungle feeling. Look, the sheep are still on that. Oh, how did the sheep even get up there? See, perfect looking views, so you can see stuff like that as well as the rest of the jungle. Flows together, looks nice. We'll go out this back entrance in a moment, but look at the theater. We can sit down. We can watch a movie. We can turn off the lights right here when the movie's on. Flick them back on so the mobs don't spawn. It looks really cool. We can walk around. Look at this little storage area. Unfortunately, to be completely honest, you can't hit these chests because of the logs above it. You could put upside down stairs on the roof and then put some bushes over top them on the exterior if you would like to use these chests. For me, I just kept them for looks. I like how they look up there. Now coming around, we have this bedroom right here. Unfortunately, there's only one bedroom in the house. That's all I could end up putting together. But it looks really cool. It's got a great vibe to it, and it's very private. It's in the complete different section of the house in the back, and you haven't even seen this. Look, we put even more levels in. This is the bedroom. Look at the difference in the leveling, and they have their entire own platform. It's amazing. Some towels laid out in our theme, of course, so that they can do some tanning or whatever they want to do. Little details like that add to the build. And then walking back out, we just have that final walkway out the back. Coming through, looks cool. Remember that theme, the logs with the fence posts. You can see it all throughout the house. There's the one I mentioned before. There's another one right there. There's another one right here. There's more upstairs right there. Get those specific details. Use them on the corners of the builds. It really adds to it. But now, turning around, let's walk back outside. Walking through, look, built around the tree, just as we wanted to do. And now we're on one of the best aspects of the entire build, the back platforms. Different heights. You're up here. There's different levels down here. We can walk down, again, built around this tree. Just looks incredible. You may be able to say it's slightly dangerous because there's not necessarily a guardrail, but it's okay. It's Minecraft. We're safe. We can walk around. We can walk around this entire part to get back into the house. Can walk down here into the little shack I mentioned a bit ago. Looks sweet. It's just a little chilled area. I didn't really do anything with the interior. You could do a lot of different things with it though. Walking down this staircase that flows against the environment. And then we're plugged into this more seclusive area. Oh my gosh. It's just so cool, and you got the entire jungle looking around you. And yes, that really covers this jungle project. Hopefully you enjoyed the build. As you know, I really loved it. It was fun to build. It all came to mind as I was building it. I saw it before I even put structures in, so it really was one of those special ones. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Learned something through this video, got some inspiration, got some ideas, whatever it may be. Last few things I have to mention. Today is Sunday. This is a Sunday scheduled video. Every Sunday on the KyleKraft channel from now on, there will be a surprise random type video. A survival base, a modern house, a survival house, just whatever Minecraft project I felt like doing that week. That will come every Sunday, a unique type of video for you to watch, alongside all the other series going on the channel. And that locks up the schedule. I'm incredibly excited. The feedback on the schedule and what's been going on with the channel is very good. I'm excited for the future and glad to hear you all are too. If you would like to see the schedule as of now, you can check out the About page on the KyleKraft channel. I've updated it and set it in, so you can also see what's going on for Monday. But yes, let me know in the comments what you think of this build. You know I love hearing your feedback. But that's it for this one. Thanks for coming.